Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Unleash Your True Self webinar. So, just to make sure you all are hearing me, I'm just going to check on my social media just to make sure I don't do the whole thing and then persons don't hear me. Okay, yes, we are hearing. I'm so excited to present Unleash Your True Self. Okay, this apparently continues even though I turned it off. So, let me take that off. Okay, I'm so excited to present this Unleash Your True Self webinar because I really believe most of us are not living true to ourselves. We are really living wrapped in everyone's else expectations. And in order to really create a happy life, it is important to find your true self, be free in your true self, and want to live every moment in that self. So let me start sharing my presentation. Okay, unleash your true self. Step into confidence and authenticity. Why do you feel like a part of you is missing? This webinar is targeted for intellectual women above the age of 30, intellectual heart centered women, especially if you're introverted. Women who would have studied hard all of their lives. You have your degree, maybe you even have your master's. But deep down, even though you may have a really good career, there's a part of you that feels that something is missing. We are going to learn why you feel unfulfilled, how to stop anxiety, people pleasing, and not liking yourself, and what would happen if you were, in fact, authentically you. So, the agenda is going to be roughly about 45 minutes that I'm going to teach and explain, and I'm going to leave some time at the end for questions. All right. So, just to introduce myself, for those who do not know me, Tiwari, I'm an emotional intelligence coach. I help intellectual women find happiness within themselves and magnetize soul love into their life. I am known for talking on issues such as mental and emotional abuse. I have an entire YouTube series that speaks to mental and emotional abuse. And if this is something that you are interested in viewing, you could go over to my YouTube, Shrestha Purposefully Passionate, and you will see a whole entire series on mental and emotional abuse. I have episodes with psychologists, with survivors, and many different things. So if you're interested in that, you can go look at it. I am completely passionate about love. I believe in true love. I'm also a love coach, and uh, I'm I'm very happy to if you guys need me to. I'm completely passionate about women living every single minute of their life unapologetically, completely free from any mental or emotional shackles, completely in love with each other and with yourself and your life. I'm sorry, the writing is really small in this view and I can't see it properly. I am from the corporate world. I have had a lot of success as a people manager for years, turning around uh, low performing employees into high performing and even outstanding employees. I am an introvert, which kind of confuses people. I am also a Zumba instructor. If you know me from the Zumba instructor world, then you know that I seem extroverted in that space, but I'm really very introverted and shy. And that is why I'm so passionate about women who are also introverted and shy, knowing that confidence has nothing to do with being shy and nothing to do with being introverted. You can be confident and still be introverted like me and still be shy with me. All introversion is the energy you feel in a room full of people. Because introverted persons are most likely also empathetic, which means we feel energy and we understand energy. Being in a room of a lot of people is draining for us. So we just rather be in a room with fewer people, with more genuine people. And shyness It's just that we don't like, we don't speak out of turn. We are not going to be talking over anyone else in a meeting. We are polite. We wait our turn. We might raise our hand. But when you speak, you can speak confidently about what you have to say. And you can speak without your heart racing and you feeling anxious. That is where the, the low self esteem comes in. But you could be introverted and shy and confident, just like me. Okay. So you are intellectual and successful in your career. Let me just move this caption here. You are intellectual and successful in your career, but you either have an unhappy personal life or you feel unfulfilled or stuck, or you constantly second guess yourself. So let's just unpack this a little bit. So, a lot of us who are ambitious and we have the degrees and we probably have a really good career to our name and probably have nice positions that we enjoy, we can be unhappy in our personal life because our schooling does not train us a life and a personal relationship. What our schooling does is it validates your ability to perform on a test and to interact with subject matter and then use that matter in the world in order to create. So you would find that a lot of us are able to do that effortlessly because we were trained to do it. We went to school, we were trained on how to take in data, how to process it, and then how to implement and apply it. We were trained on understanding our self worth in relationships and our self esteem in relationships. So when you go into a relationship or a personal life, even though you know how to manage your work and you can be a manager and a CEO and a senior director, in your personal life, you weren't taught how to do any of those things. And so your personal life suffers. Felt or stuck. And I will go into these things more. But just deep down inside, even though you have a good career, even though you maybe have a beautiful family, you may just feel unfulfilled and stuck. And that is really because you are not following your true path, your true self path. You are following a path that was created for you by family and society. And because you wanted to please, you follow that path and you may have been good at it, but deep down inside, it does not align to your soul. You constantly second guess yourself, which comes from low self esteem and low self worth. You constantly guess yourself, meaning that you may do something but then question, wait, was that right? Should I have done that? It's like saying something in a meeting and then agonizing over what you said for days after or in the night, and you can't sleep, and you're wondering what everybody else thought about it and what their perception of you was when you said that certain thing. All right, so let me go on. Okay, so lesson number one, the person you are now is chained in familial and societal expectations. You are an adult over the age of 30, but yet you are not living your life. You are living a life that was created for you by the expectations of family and the expectations of friends and the expectations of society. So, what you would find happen is you were born into this world, you were curious, you were trusting, you were brave, you wanted to know about the world, you wanted to taste the world, you wanted to witness certain things. And then, as you did that, what did you hear when you were growing up? No, don't touch that. Are you crazy? What are you trying to do? You never had any ill intent. However, the adults around you interpreted what you were doing as something with ill intent or something where you should have known better when you really could not have known better given your data in the world as a child and given the formation of your brain. You really could not have known better, but the adults around you assumed that you should have, and you were penalized and you were yelled at and you were berated, such that even though you were born into this world curious and open and ready to explore, because of how you were treated, each time your true self started to contract and contract and contract and contract. And what emerged is what psychologists call your false self, meaning the self that was created perception, your perception of you by the persons around you. And an example of that is being teased when you were small. So if you were teased because of your nose, if were made fun because of your nose or of your tummy, you could be perfectly fine, and you are perfectly fine, but you can develop a complex around that teasing when you're a beautiful human being and then there's nothing wrong with you. But your perception of you becomes that something is wrong with you. And that feeling is written into your cells and it travels with you into your life until your 30s, where you really begin to ask yourself, is this who I really want to be? Is this the person I want to be in life? Do I deserve the things that are happening to me? You may have made decisions that were not in your best interest, and deep in your gut, you knew it wasn't, but you were busy trying to please. Human, all we want is love and connection. And how do we get that? We were taught to get it by pleasing the people around us as opposed to really enjoying yourself every day and the persons around you just admiring and are in awe of you as a person who enjoys your life. Okay, but they all, you see, I would just talk on and on. So let me just make sure I'm sticking to the script right. So this means that you are in conflict between the real you and wanting to please people around you. And you see this a lot in persons who contemplate divorce. There are a lot of people who are unhappy in their marriage. There are more than we think. But because when we are growing up, whatever religion you belong to, it was told to you and you willingly accepted it that when you get married, it's for life. And when you get married, whatever is happening, you have to try, and keep the marriage together and work at it. And what happens as intellectual women, also paired with the fact that in school, when you are failing or if you're struggling, they don't tell you sit back, take a step back, see if this is what you really want, see if you could try another option. They don't tell you that. They tell you to try harder. You're not trying hard enough. You need to try harder. You need to spend more time. You need to devote more resources. And we take that and chunk it into the marriage, which is not a healthy space for you. And you would find that you keep on trying to please the partner who maybe abusing you, maybe not, but you would keep trying to please the partner until you really can't take it anymore. And women marriage than they need to because they have this rhetoric at the back of their mind that they need to try. And I know that because that was me. And I have interviewed a lot of women who has the same pattern, who had, sorry, the same pattern in their life. They are divorced now. But basically, what you are doing is you are wearing a mask that is not yours, a mask that was drawn on by society, and you are giving your power away to the persons around you by trying to live to what you perceive they want you to be, because it's all about perception. Your perception is subjective. Your perception is dependent on your self esteem and your self worth, and basically your concept of yourself. And all of those things are formed during childhood. So the fact is, your perception of yourself is shaped by your family, friends, and society, both consciously and unconsciously. So there are things that you are doing now that are a result of your programming, which is stored in your unconscious brain, which is 95% of your brain. And that holds all your memories from childhood and through the years. And then you have your logical part of your brain, which is 5% of the brain, where you consciously think and process. How we process things and our perception is really due to external events. Wondering what people think, overthinking before uh, presentations, unable to sleep. Let me just make sure this is not a. All of these things affect who you are. Okay, so let me just move on. Okay, so I want to share this article. This is by an article from the University of Massachusetts. So let me share that. My contacts are full fledged blurry. I might have to go take them off. Um, yeah, let me go take off my contacts. I'm going to be right back because I don't know why they are completely blurry and I can't see properly. Right? So just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry about it. So let me share this article. This is from the University of Massachusetts called The Looking Glass Self. So let me just make sure you all are seeing properly. Yes, you are. Okay, right. So, according to sociologist Charles Horton Cooley, individuals develop their concept of self by observing how they are perceived by others, a concept Cooley coined as the looking glass self. This process, particularly when applied to the digital age, raises questions about the nature of identity, socialization, and the changing landscape of self. The looking glass self describes a process wherein individuals base their sense of self on how they believe others view them. So, this is exactly what I was talking about. Using social interaction as a type of mirror, people use the judgments they receive from others to measure their own worth, values, and behavior. So, I will put the whole article so you can read it. But this article is just speaking to what I'm talking about, right? So let me put that here in case you want to read the whole article. And then I'm also going to share an article from Psychology Today on how your thinking creates reality. So let me get that. Thinking creates reality. Okay. Okay. What cognitive science has to say about how we experience life? And this is by Janice Vilhor, a PhD. Okay. There are a lot of people who are offended by the idea that we create our reality. They see it as a version of blaming the victim. Nobody asks for bad things to happen to them. I couldn't agree more, but as someone who has been helping people change their thinking and behavior using cognitive therapy for over 15 years. I can also say that I couldn't agree more with the idea that we do indeed create much of our reality. Denying this denies your power. What I explain to my patients is that there are three buckets in life: things we control, things we influence, and things over which we have no control. What is not under our control are the many random events of life. The families we were born into, earthquakes, pandemics, illness, job layoffs, the death of loved ones, fires, and car accidents. These are circumstances we experience and events that we are aware of. We influence other living things with our actions. If you walk into a room, see a stranger sitting there, and decide to slap them in the face, the person will surely respond differently than if you had instead smiled. But you don't determine how that person responds. That person could decide to run away, turn the other cheek, or slap you back. What we control and where we really start to create our reality is in how we perceive, interpret, think about the events in our life that generate our feelings about those events and how we subsequently respond with our behavior. So you see, it comes back down to perception. And remember what creates your perception? Your formative years. No one can choose your thoughts or actions. Those are yours alone. And we both know that in a situation, two people can respond completely differently. Two people can witness the same situation completely differently. And we know that, for example, when you go to see a movie, you may go to see a movie with a friend, and both of you would have watched the same exact movie. And you could come out thinking that movie was excellent. And your friend could come out thinking that movie was not so good. And they wasted their time going. You were exposed to the same exact movie, but each person is interpreting what is happening on the screen based on their own perception of reality. So, if your significant breaks up with you and your thought is, I will never find anyone else to love me again, then you will likely experience some very negative emotions like depression, and you are likely to engage in behaviors consistent with these feelings, such as staying in bed. If, on the other hand, your thought is, I am glad this loser is out of my life, then you are likely to feel and act quite differently. You choose which thought to think. So, I'm sharing this as well because understanding your thoughts, your beliefs, and the perception that is created is a key part of the work that I do with my clients. I help my clients to understand their perception of reality and how that is affecting the reality before them. I help them to reprogram the unconscious mind, the things that you forgot happened to you but are still driving the way in which you interact in the world. And those are two of the main things that I help my clients do, which help to unleash your true self because it is taking away the layers that were put on you by the world and recreating the perception of the world, which is one of pure love and truth. Okay, so let's go on. If you watch on the replay, make sure to let me know as well. Okay, lesson number 2. All emotion you have felt in your life is stored in your body. Emotions that you have not processed remain in your body even though you may have physically moved on from a situation. And this is another thing we don't understand. Picture every time you felt something, every time you were happy, every time you were joyful, every time you were angry, every time you were bitter, every time you were resentful, every time you were sad, that all of that is stored in your body if you didn't process it. So it's like in each cell of your body, invisibly is written, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. This made me angry. This made me sad. This made me sad. This made me sad. And when you don't process it, that's how you start to feel contraction in your body. And it's actually the start of dis-ease in your body. So when you have all of this emotion stored in your body and you don't process it, what happens is you are covering again your true self. You are covering your true self is more like you contracted and within yourself, as opposed to really able to present in confidence and authenticity. And my examples of this are this first article, how to release emotional baggage and the tension that goes along with it. So I'm going to share that. Just make sure I have the correct one. This one, I think. Yeah. All right. The phrase trapped emotions usually means that the true self wants to express something that the false self doesn't want to express. So the idea of true self and false self is from psychology. Olson says, in psychology, we think of the true self as a part of us we were born with that is naturally open, curious, and trusting, while the false emerges as a set of adaptive strategies to deal with pain and loss. So remember what I said in the beginning. When you were born, you were curious, you were trusting, you were excited to witness this world. And then every time you were shamed, every time you were told no, every time you were shamed, every time you were blamed, every time you were made wrong, when you had no ill intention, all of that is stored in your body. And all of that is the reason why you are unable to express yourself true to you, because you are still holding it within because it hurt you. And you're human. Okay? And that's why I'm here. So don't worry. But all of this is stored in your body. This repressed negative emotional energy can express as resentment, poor decision making, self sabotage, overreaction, increased stress and anxiety, depression, and fatigue. How many of you guys experience these things in your life? Okay. Even if you're a really good person, even if you don't have a resentment, somewhere in your life you are depressed about something, or you have increased stress and anxiety. And this was me, right? I'm not blaming or shaming anybody. Actually, all of my spaces are free from shame, blame, and make wrong. I know all of this because this was me, which is why I'm passionate about helping other people. Okay. All right. So I will put this, let me put this so you can read it when you like again. And I will go on to the next article. All right. Okay, and this one is an excerpt from a book by Carolyn Mice. So, Carolyn Mice is a medical intuitive. She was actually a journalist and a really bad chain smoker. And then she realized that she could actually see the energy around people. She's really famous. If you look her up, you would find her. She has a lot of webinars and she has written a lot of books. And this excerpt is from her book, Anatomy of the Spirit, which I find is a really excellent book to understand how energy interacts in your body. Okay, let me find the piece that I want to read. All right, let me just read this paragraph here. Experiences that carry emotional energy in our energy systems include past and present relationships, both personal and professional, profound or traumatic experiences and memories, and belief patterns and attitudes, including all spiritual and superstitious beliefs. The emotions from experiences become encoded in our biological systems and contribute to the formation of our cell tissue, which then generates a quality of energy that reflects those emotions. These energy impressions form an energy language which carries literal and symbolic information that a medical intuitive can read. So she's just explaining how she reads a person. But basically, what she's saying is that the energy stored from your emotion in the body um, carries sorry, let me see. The energy stored from these emotions interact with the cells in your body. And actually, this is the start of this ease in your body. Emotion, different emotions vibrate at a different frequency. So let me show you this, the map of consciousness, so you can understand the different levels of vibration. So this is a map of consciousness by Dr. Hawkins. He is a psychologist, and on it you can actually see the low vibrational frequencies, just such as shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear. All of these are low vibrational frequencies. So when these things are stored in your body and interacting with your cells, that is what creates the energy around you. So just think of when you're feeling down, you actually feel your energy is down, and this is why the energy stored in your body is of low vibration. And then you have higher energy frequencies such as acceptance, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. And think about what you feel and what your aura is like when you are happy and when you are joyful and when you are excited. It is completely different to when you are. All has to do with your emotions and what you are storing inside your body. So what you store inside your body is actually interacting with these cells and giving these cells little messages, and then that is creating the energy around you. Some of us call it your aura. She was referring to it as an energy field, but all of those things affect who you are. So a lot of the work that I do is releasing all of those emotions that you held in your body that you really did not deserve, like shame, blame, the make wrong, the fear. A lot of people have so many fears. And you would think things don't affect you, but I have had clients who, after we did the release, because how I work, I don't sit in any lounge of why. We don't need to figure it out. We don't need to spend weeks talking about any one thing. We release the energy, and then you will have an epiphany. So I have had clients who have done energy work with, and then they realize they remembered suddenly that they were scolded. Like I had a client who was scolded for selling cookies, and that really affected her and what she thought was okay in terms of opening a business now. I had a client who was extremely anxious before meetings, a senior person, and she suddenly remembered she was a toddler. She was like 3 or 4, and she was given a dunce cap to wear in school for talking. And we really don't understand how those things that we do to children impact them way into their adult life. And I'm also very passionate about how we treat children, so I'll try not to go on about it. But a lot of the reason why you are not the true you who you want to be has to do with how you're treated in childhood. And how I deal with that is by releasing the energy for you, working with you to release it. Because it's an interactive process. And I'm actually going to share an energy release. Sorry. Okay. So, how long are you going to keep working yourself to the ground, feeling stuck and seated in unhappiness? So, these are questions to ask yourself. How long are you going to keep working yourself into the ground, feeling stuck and unhappy? Let me just put the last link so you have it. Okay, good. How long are you willing to compromise being the you were born to be as opposed to living chained in other people's expectations? Are you willing to step into the you were born to be now? And this is exactly what happened to me. I was really, really unhappy, extremely unhappy. I had low self esteem. And what happened to me was I made a really difficult decision. And in making that decision, energy was cleared for me to do things that I always dreamed of doing. things that you wouldn't think I would do because I'm introverted and shy. But I always wanted to help women, so I started to do that. And that led to different things, which led me to being here today. But it really started with a difficult decision to change the life path that I was on and to really step into me. And it wasn't easy, but it'll be easy for you because you have me. I didn't have anyone. I had to go along it and take courses with different people and try to figure it out myself. But don't worry, you have me. Okay, so if this resonates with you, I want to invite you to sign up for my 8-week workshop. The benefits of this workshop is to step into confidence, be okay with meetings and talking to people, talking to persons you are interested with, talking to families and friends. Step into unapologetic authenticity. Stop worrying about how you come across. Stop anxiety and people pleasing and just love being you. It starts on the 6th of January 2024 and it is virtual. And if you have any questions, just put it in the comment even after the webinar and I will address it for you. Okay, so I wanted to share a client story. So this client, she's actually a senior manager. She was extremely nervous before presentations. And she actually did my one-on-one programs. I also have one-on-one programs that I do with clients. And these are some of the things that she got from working with me. She started getting invited to leadership trainings. She got invited to a growth training. She was invited to a one-on-one with a director. She gave a presentation and everyone was asking who she was and she got a raise. And these are things that happen when you start clearing out your energy and your natural frequency starts to just emerge. You'd be amazed at the things that you are trapped in your life. I also have additional testimonials on my website. So let me just get that for you so I can share it with you. Okay, just give me 1 second. It's coming up. Okay, so let me share it with you. So, all right, so these are on my website, purposefullypassionate.com. So this one is change in mood and attitude. I always considered myself to not be a morning person, grumpy and hardly talking to anyone until I get coffee. But after your advice on listening to the nightly affirmations and morning meditation, I always wake up in a good mood, excited for the day. So happy I found this group. This one is on a morning meditation I gave this person to do. Hi Shrishta, I did your meditation this morning. Oh my gosh, it was really powerful. It struck something and stirred something so deep in my soul. When I was done, my tears could not stop flowing. I'm going to do my utmost best to listen to your meditation. I like the count for the breathing, and your voice was sweet and soothing. Thank you for the reminder of all the things that I am and all the things the universe is ready for me to claim. This one is on healing from emotional trauma. Understanding that some of my behaviors were directly linked to some of the trauma I have been through, even with these realizations, I felt stuck. I had no idea how to start moving past or healing from my traumas. I knew I wanted to feel better about myself, but had no idea how to. After attending just a few sessions with Srishta, I saw exactly how these things were holding me back from being my best self. Srishta helped me start to believe in my self-worth and equipped me with methods to heal from the past and to steer through current issues. I started to see changes in my outlook on life and started forming habits that had positive impacts on my life. Okay, I'll skip this one. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to Srishta, who helped me to face a fear I had for quite some time. I booked an energy healing session with her. I don't do one on ones, I don't do one off sessions anymore, but this is when I did those. And her visualization methods and techniques were powerful. I actually felt the fear leaving my body, which allowed me to accomplish something I have been avoiding for most of my adult life. I was extremely thrilled. So, this is to tell you how transformed you are going to feel. The work that I do is transformational, sorry. All right, last one I'll read. Hi, I was actually going to message you today to tell you how much I appreciate what you are doing for me. To be honest, I still felt suicidal until you did that exercise with me with the trains. And now I use it as often as I need and I feel better immediately. You were truly one of the few persons who was really there for me when I needed it. And it was faith that you asked me to do these sessions with you. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me go back. All right, so those are just some examples of clients. And I wanted to share also, it's a 9-minute video of how I clear energy from your body. It's an interactive process. And this clip is actually taken from a challenge I had called Unlock the Hidden Path to Your Soulmate. And this was one of the clients in that challenge. You can't see her for confidentiality reasons, but I just wanted to share so you could see how the energy was released from her body. As soon as she started, maybe within a couple of weeks, she actually did my self-study program and then we did the challenge. She just found herself really confident in work and not hiding behind emails and eager to go to meetings. And she is shy. She's just like me. She's a Virgo, introverted and shy and really a really sweet person. But she has seen a huge difference since she started working with me. So let me find that to share for you. This is in my Facebook group. So I'm gonna play it from there. Okay, I don't think you're seeing this, so let me just make sure. I clicked share. Okay, just now. So just now. Okay. Alright, so let me just go back. Make sure you're seeing it. Right, Liz. Is it the hurt?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is it?
Eight. I'll say eight.
8? Okay. And you were able to scan your body and tell, and
Mm-hmm.
okay,
So
so what?
I felt it in my chest,
I know. Mm-hmm.
and it was
Yeah.
like it's like a block, like a brick,
Like
right?
a
Like a
brick?
block, like that, like a square block. And
Share top video. right? Okay, so we're gonna close your eyes. Okay, so this is hurt from a past relationship. And when you scan your body, you're seeing it in your chest. You're seeing a brick-like substance or square block, but a bit tilted, with sharp points and gray. That's correct.
So let me.
8. Okay, and you were able to scan your body and tell. And okay,
So
so what?
I felt it in my chest,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it's like a brick, right?
Like a
Like a
brick?
block,
Okay.
like that, like a square block, and it was weird because it wasn't like a cube block. It was a block, but it was like tilted. So like the
Tilted?
sharp points were what I was feeling. The sharp points on the cube.
I'm not sure why you're not able to hear, but that's okay. I'll just move on. I just want to make sure you guys are still hearing me. I know you are not hearing me, so let me just check that. Audio. All right, let me just make sure. Are you hearing? Don't understand why you're suddenly not hearing. Let me come off and come back. Okay. All right. Let me see what you're hearing before, right? I wonder if it's because this was me. Okay, you were hearing before, right? Let me see if it is because the thing was on back again. This one. Share. Okay. Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense is it?
8. I'll say 8.
8? Okay. And you were able to scan your body and tell. And okay,
So
so what?
I felt it
All
in
right,
my
good.
chest,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like it's like a block, like a brick, right?
Like a
Like a
brick?
block,
Okay.
like that, like a square block, and it was weird because it wasn't like a cube block. It was a block, but it was like tilted. So like the
Tilted? Okay.
sharp points were what I was feeling. The sharp points on the cube.
Okay. And did you see a color, Liz?
Yeah, green. I saw green.
Great. Okay. All right. Good. So we're gonna work on this, right? So you're gonna close your eyes, and everybody could close their eyes and just picture her clearing this, right? Okay. So we're gonna close your eyes. Okay. So this is hurt from a past relationship, and when you scan your body, you're seeing it in your chest. You're seeing a brick-like substance or square block, but a bit tilted, with sharp points and gray. That's correct. I might ask you questions,
Correct.
Lisa, right? So you might still have to talk, even though your eyes closed. So keep your eyes closed,
No
but still. Right? Okay.
problem. Yes, that's correct.
All right. All right. So we're going to take 3 breaths in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Lisa, what religion are you?
Catholic.
Okay. So just, do you say you pray to God through Jesus, or you pray to God? Could you just tell me how to
God.
God?
Yes,
Okay. Right. Thanks. Right. Let's take 3 breaths in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. And out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. and out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're just gonna bring attention to that area. So you're going to the place where you feel this hurt in your chest, and you're bringing attention to that area, and you're honoring what you are feeling, because it is there for a reason. It is there to give you a message. It is there to let you know how much you love and to know your capacity to love. And as we honor it, you're going to say to it, thank you so much for being there for me, for helping me to know love, for helping me to honor love. But I don't need you anymore. I'm ready to move on, and I'm ready to let you go. And you're just going to picture God coming to you, and he has a special tool in his hand that when he places it on your chest, it is not going to hurt you. It is just something touching your chest. But you are just going to picture energy coming through that tool, and it has the energy to shatter the brick. So just picture God coming in. He has this tool, it has energy, and he's smiling, and he's so happy for you that you are getting rid of this. And you're going to just picture the brick being shattered. And all the sharp points, you're just going to picture it now becoming into tiny little pieces. Can you picture that? Please, can you picture that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And as he does that, and that happens, and he removes it, you're now going to give permission for these pieces to leave your body. It could leave your body anywhere that is natural to you, through your chest, and he's going to take it, right? So you don't need to worry. Through your chest, through your hands, through your breath, anything that is natural to you. We are going to take 3 breaths in, and you're going to give it permission to leave your body, right? So in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, giving it permission to leave. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, giving it permission to leave. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, and out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And as it leaves your body, just feel that weight lifted. Your chest is feeling light. Your heart is beating happily. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense do you feel the hurt now?
2.
Sorry, is that 2?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just going to honor that was there and treat it as your Zen master, as God in your presence. And is that your dog excited for you to release this kid? Yeah, so animals feel energy, right? So you're gonna just honor it as this pain being there to teach you something. You have let it go, and you're gonna allow, if you see God coming to you or any Zen master coming to you, to give you a message in order to help you move forward from this feeling. So I'm just gonna hold space for you to receive the message. Did you receive a message?
Yeah.
What message you received?
He said I'm taken. Sorry, my dog's
Yeah, that's okay.
He said I'm taken, so you don't need to worry about it anymore.
Okay, and how do you feel about that?
Really, really good.
Okay. All right, so let's just take your breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. And out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. And out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. And out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. How you feel,
That
Lise?
was a really beautiful stream.
Yeah?
Really, really
Okay.
relieved. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the gate is gone.
Yeah, I saw it. I
Totally.
saw it leaving you. The only reason I'm not getting everything down is because I want to get through everybody, right? But
Yeah.
and
No,
I should
well,
have probably gone when he took it.
yeah, and I feel like it is gone, but I don't wanna be too bold and say zero, like a hard zero. But I think it is.
You don't trust me, Lise. You don't trust me. You're holding
No,
on to that too.
it's not that. I just from feel like I've moved on. Remember, I was telling you that today. I feel like I've moved on, but then the thoughts will come back, like it will creepy in little
Right. So
space.
you have moved on because you have released it from your body.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
guys, in life, we physically move on, but hurt lives in our body, right? So you could think you're over with something, whatever, and it doesn't even have to be a relationship. It could be anything. And you could think it not bothering you, but if you don't deal with the hurt in your body, it will still linger, right? So, okay. So thank you so much, Liz. That was really awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And take the message, right? So he said he's
Yeah.
taking it with him, sorry. And you don't need to worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was an energy healing session I would have done during a challenge. And as you can see, she was able to release the hurt and get a message to guide her in her life. And as I said before, she's really doing well now. All right, so let's continue. Yeah, so if this is resonating with you, I want to invite you to join my Unleash Your True Self 8-week workshop. And I had explained it before. So the original price of the workshop is 3,500 TT or 515 US. And in this workshop, what I do, anyway, let me go ahead and I'll explain more, right? The early bird price 2,500 TT or 368 US. So you save 28%, and that is until December 10th. But today, if you sign up today, you're actually going to get 40% off. So you're going to get it for $2,000 or 295 US. And if you were one of my self study clients, whatever's the current price, you get an additional 50% off. Or long standing Zumba client, you get an additional 25% off. And I just wanted to explain the difference between working with a coach and working with a psychologist. Psychology comes from the medical field, meaning that there's something that we need to fix in you. Coaching comes from the sporting world, which sees you as already awesome and already having everything that you need to have. Think about a sports coach. Think about a sports coach for a really popular athlete like Maradona. Well, he's retired now, or like a popular gymnast. They know what to do. They have the skills and they have the capability because deep down inside, you know everything that you really need to do to live your life. But the coach takes that person from really, really great to super awesome, right? So that is the model of coaching. There's nothing wrong with you, absolutely nothing. And I see nothing wrong with you. You are a unique human being who's beautiful in this world. And my job is to take you from where you are now to an even more beautiful, awesome version of yourself. So I just wanted to explain that, right? Okay. As soon as you sign up, you will receive a booklet with details and a daily protocol for you to follow that you can start practicing today. And just is in USD, and that is because it is a global business. So if you want to use a credit card, it will be processed in USD. However, if you want to pay in TTD, you can pay by direct deposit, and all the information is on my website. Actually, let me share. Let me share that link with you so you can go check it out. Okay, no, let me just get the link. I don't want to do this. I just want to get the link for you. All right. And if you have any messages, just let me know. You could just ask me the question under this video if you want to send me a message through the social media platform that you are viewing this, feel free to do so as well. Okay. So the additional discount is only valid within the next 30 minutes. So I'll keep it open till like 7 p.m. AST. So if you really want to get in now is the time to do it to get over 40% off. You will not regret this. If you are an intellectual, heart centered, introverted woman, this is a must do for you. Above 30, in your 30s, 40s, this is a must do. You're not going to regret it. You are going to receive transformation. You're going to feel confident. You're going to feel free to live authentically, and you're going to let go of all the people pleasing and let go of all the anxiety within your body. And a lot of times we have parts conflict around this work. What we call parts conflict in psychology, they call it cognitive dissonance. So a lot of times you want to make the change, but you're afraid that if you make the change, there's something you may have to give up. Okay, but that something is holding you back from a whole new world. If you are experiencing that, though, I invite you to book a free call with me and let's talk through to do an exercise with you to help you with that decision. Because if you are at the point of life where you're really ready to live in your own skin and not everybody else's, not wearing the mask, I really encourage you to sign up for this now. All right. Okay, so I just wanted to share my last program, the comments got after that program. So this was a challenge that I had. Let me remove that. Um, how do I remove that? Right. Okay, good. So you could see it, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so at the end of that challenge, I had 10 participants and I asked them to rate the challenge on a scale of 1 to 10. How happy were they that they took the challenge? And every single person rated it as 10. So you know you're in good hands. Okay. And this is a comment from my last program. This was an awesome, amazing, life changing, mindset changing, vibration raising experience. I will recommend to all ladies. Having signed up and not knowing anyone in this space, it was definitely a judgy free zone. Shrestha was very patient, understanding, empathetic, and loving. Her personality is so warm, loving, and inviting. It puts you at ease to be yourself. And the reason I'm like that really is because I know what it's like to feel that someone doesn't want you there. And I know what it's like to be judged, and I know what it's like to be shamed for kicks. I know what all of those things are like, and I make sure my space has none of that. Okay. Okay, so the next step is to sign up for the workshop, start the daily protocol. You will feel a difference 1 week after you the daily protocol. The workshop, I will also do at least one customized meditation for you. There may be more, but I have meditations now in the booklet for you to do. However, when I meet the group and I see what it is you guys are struggling with in terms of your confidence and being authentic, I will make a meditation specifically for you. And that is also an advantage. You have something uniquely for you. All right. And if you're not sure, just book a call with me. Let me get that link for you. Wait. No, just now. Let me make sure I give you a proper link. Because this one just say November. I don't know why. All right. I hope you're able. If you can't get access to this link, just message me and I'll send you another link, right? Let me get back the chat. And that's it. So, do you guys have any questions? Let me know. I will check out the chat. I wasn't seeing any questions in the chat. So, if you have anything when you watch the webinar, just post a comment underneath or you can message me and I will address whatever questions you have. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. And I really encourage you, again, if you're introverted and if you're intellect heart centered and you really want to find you and live you, true to you, loving you, I really encourage you to sign up. I am not going to lead you astray. All right. Okay. So have a great evening, everyone, and see you all again soon. Bye.